naye nga bwe tubulayo ennaku entono tulonde buli pologulaamu yange yonna nabagamba nja kugikolerangamu. Kakati ekizibu kyemuyina mu Uganda nti midiya yammwe era nga bwebadde ekolera bwemaliriza. Bobi Wine yatukoledde ekintu kimu, alese adisuyinza institutioni zonna, ekyo mukubirako mu ngalo.
Bobi Wine atiyazeemu.
Bobi Wine has destroyed all the institutions.
Mbadde Mayi has exposed the challenges.
No. Kati media nfu, bannaddiini bafu, traditional institutions zonna nfu azirese ku ttaka. It will give us an opportunity to build new institutions. In fact, my latest book, which I'm going to release immediately after the elections, is going back to the drawing board. Ye title yako. Kakati gwe sooka olabe. Olaba amawulire gano. Nti bano abakubi b'ebikonde akwane details baali bagenda kukuba bikonde bweru. Does it mean nti bw'oba ogenda kuba bikonde bweru nobeera involved in a crime, do you attain diplomatic immunity? What if bagenza okuba ebikonde ebweru ne babasanga nga balina enjaga? You can't get a license because you are going for an international tournament. Is it the reason why you should involve in criminality? They should, these boxers locked up in election fight. Not because they are criminals. The man goes ahead to tell you 3 boxers had scheduled fights this month. What doesn't God kill people who are going for their wedding? The Bagole don't die on the eve of even during.
So Ogamba, it was his fate.
Yes,
it is their fate.
Hey, kakati bw'olita omusango ndi kuba ogenda kubeera mugole. It could be bw'olaba kino bakiggyeeyo nti baakola ebintu bino nga bamanyi this will be the events. Those of us who have lived in the media for a long time, there was only one gynecologist. That gynecologist was working in Rubaga Hospital. The man was called Charwas. Charwas was arrested in connection with the treason. And the late Kasirye Gwanga was the key witness. Chirimutu. Kakati at that time, his lawyer urged that many women were dying because of the absence of this man. That time we used to have judges who were real judges. The judge said, but didn't he consider his importance to society before engaging in criminality? Should we create a precedent that if somebody is going to a tournament, he will commit an offense, and because of this commitment, how many times do we get medals from boxers, from other people? That we cannot forego. Omulamuzi yagaana. Gwoba oli bayita batya? Yali bamuyitanga Dr. Charles. Bamukwata ne bamukwatira mu bakiri mutu. Baali baminisita nga baagala kusuula Museveni. Kayeera, Dr. Lwanga, Kasirye Gwanga yabatega ne Evarist Nyanzi ne bamukwatiramu. Omulamuzi yagaa nti kiki ti abakazi bafa nnyo omusajja bamute. Yabagaa nti lwaki yayingira mu criminality? The issue would be expedite his case so that we find him innocent or not.
True.
Can't government find another gynecologist? Bw'osoma akatabo kange
katabo kyako
bakayita killing a medical doctor to save a cobra.
Killing a medical doctor to save a cobra.
Era singa oyo omwana agenda mu motoka n'akanoonyaamu kaliko ekifaananyi kya byandaala.
Is it one of these ones?
Kaliko ekifaananyi kya byandaala. Nabagamba nti once upon a time there was one cobra in the whole city of Rome. As the celebrities conducted themselves, the man was indisciplined. He used to snatch people's spouses and fight in the bars. And in the process, in one of the blows, he killed a person. was arraigned before court. Kati omulamuzi yali amaze kusalawo n'abuuza omusajja, do you have anything to tell court in mitigation? Musajja aba tannayogera kubula. Musajja n'awanika omukono mu court. My lord, I have something to tell court. Proceed. But this is the only Kubla in town. His demise means that we shall lose his services. Kubanga bw'ogenda mu Roma, oluguudo lwa Roma be basooka okukola enguudo. Kakati bw'oba toyina ngatto mu winter tosobola kutambula. Ate mu musana era tosobola kutambula nga toyina ngatto. This is what made the Kubla very important. Kakati omusajja n'agamba omulamuzi n'amugamba but the Roman justice is clear. Whoever kills a person must be killed to satisfy the spirit of the dead. Omusajja n'adda waggulu n'agamba nti yes, that's the explanation. But the Roman justice does not say that the person who killed must be killed. It says a person must die. In this case, we can save the Kubla and kill an innocent man. Ulira ate mwe kye kibakola obubi bwe ngendo nkola ki bino bye tulimu bijja kakati nkugambe nti omulamuzi kyava agamba katuteyani nti doctors are very many, grab one innocent doctor mumutte. Why? Abaloma kuva dda basawo. Italy yesinza abasawo bungi ne Cuba. Kyovolaba n'ekigambo kye tuyita Caesarean ekiri mu lusawo nti omukazi bamulongoosezza ye Emperor Caesar maama we baamulongoosa. Abaloma baali bagunda nebaga tutte dokita ali innocent. Kakati this newspaper once says these are innocent people and they have engagements. Yes, why the issue is not whether you have engagements. Not at all. Kakati no gyosanga ono. This is a government newspaper. I know you. We call it a misnomer. Is it a government or not? It's a misnomer. A misnomer in mass communication is something that is taken or considered to be when it isn't. Akugambye money given days to polling. What does this mean?
Money given days to
government releases
2.5 billion to political parties.
Why now? This is bribery. Elections are going to be nullified. Uno. Mpulidde obuvubuka obwo obubbi. Omanyi Museveni yasibye ssente zaabo n'abomma emirimu. Ono video nva bulaba nga kagamba kabadde kalina kukwogera naye ne kamugamba ffe ekitukubya stories. We want to be relevant to Museveni and give us money. These stories are manipulated by this group of thieves. No, it is important. It is important. You are talking about crimes. Crimes ijja kubeerawo. But
no one is talking about
this
crimes.
means
let's start with what
this
was
means bribery and nullification of the elections. If political parties, apart from NRM, had smart leaders, they would reject this money.
But is it okay for them to receive the money?
When did you bring money? Where did you bring money? Kati ono olupapula lwa government. Obuvubuka buno nkawulidde kana kayina entwe kana kayina entwe nga kayina kwogera naye nga kagamba we are publishing negative stories because Museveni refused to give us money. We are polluting the media because he should give us money. Kana kayina obutobo kali bwe buti. Kakati ino story nullifies elections. Bino bimugambe bibibanja temuli.
How does it nullify the elections? Is it
This is bribery.
Supposed to receive the money,
this is a headline. Kankusomese. This is a headline. This is a kicker. Kano tukaita kicker mawulire. Akugambi money given days to polling.
Sente baziba wadde ng'ennaku mbale okulonda. Anti nkubuuza, is it okay for them to receive the money?
Era omulenzi ono n'asigala ng'era enkyakomawo mu mawulire. Era n'akomyawo obugaalubindi bwe oyo Kayija abayamba ki? Kayija, what's the role of Kayija in New Vision? Oyo daughter wamwe.
Nze tabachi wako kibuzo tochizemu. Nkubadde nkubuuza. Is it okay for the political parties to receive money or lwakuba sente zizere?
Anti nkugambye nti when you go to nullification, when did you give money? Days before. Chenabagamba. You cannot arrest Bobby Wine's alleged conduits for money when a newspaper, like a Monitor, reveals in its headline that the government has released 35 billion. It means money is needed in the election. Why do you block Bobby Wine when you have also released the money? I think I never know Kolotia. Ulokuvagana mawulire nga sigabwe bagawamba dda. Alina gwe yawa ssente mbw amukolera amawulire. Nalowooza mbw nze ajja kumpamba nfuuke embwayi. I cannot work for you. I cannot give you a staff. Ate nkubuulidde ne bwe bati recordinze. Obaka gundi bajja gamba omwana kadi just think I'm running out of time. I can do without recording. Yes. But what I want to explain that all of these cases of land you want me to discuss are not important as nullification of election. This is a government newspaper.
Katandikira wenyini. Yabule naku satu Uganda evenge salamu kugenda mkondo kuwa bili abili mkondo.
Bolete ebyobusiru njagenda. Soko byabusiru. Soko leke. This is important.
Tamale. I'm introducing you.
Tunulira omusajja, tunulira
Soko ulirize mzee Tamale.
Tunulira Bokedde. Lokwati Bokedde.
Bokedde atabadde.
Bokedde. Omulaba Bokedde kyaliko. Minister, ayina wano. Lwaki abenaalimu tebalumba kasajja kano nga kafuluma? Olaba akasajja kano bwe kawandiise, akasajja kano kalaba bwe kawandiise neba Jose Museveni. Laba kakugambye Kibuule Nantaba Mayanja Ssenyonga akalulu kabatuuyanya. Kakati bw'onoonya bano bonna balina linkeji ne gavumenti. Wabula yo nnambooze bano bo batuufu nnyo.
What is the problem?
Tetuyinza kukkiriza busiru tetusobola kukkiriza busiru nga buno ne busasaana mu nsi. Tetuyinza kukkiriza busiru bw'abasajja bano. Nagano nyinza okugayuza. Yes, but let me tell you.
You're a writer, you have a couple of your books.
Amawulire wagasomera. You see, let me educate you. Let me educate you. That's not news. One of the reasons of a newspaper or a media.
But you must accept what you did.
One of the roles of a media is disseminating information. In mass communication, information means facts. The moment a newspaper, that's why we have mainstream newspaper.
There are people who don't agree with what you write. But do they treat your content like that? No, do they treat your content like that?
We mainstream newspapers and gutter. These are gutter. This is a gutter newspaper. This is gutter. Between a broadsheet and a tabloid. Red paper you can accept. A broadsheet and a tabloid. Twitter mainstream media and gutter. Gutter.
The way you term them.
It should not be allowed to saturate because information in mass communication means the facts. These are not the facts. This is manipulated. This is a gutter newspaper.
The way you define it, there are people who define your books as propaganda, but they don't treat your content like that.
Tetuyinza kuddira busiru ne busatuleetinga nga ffe abamanyi nti akasajja nga kano akagenda okutuddiza mu elekisoni enkya ne kakeera n'engalabi yaako ne kayingira. Kayija abayamba ki? I saw the president praising Kayija. Where is Kayija here? Kayija abayamba ki? What's the role of Kayija here?
Tetuli ku page emu njala tukwatagane tutandike program.
Mzeta
mechi ja utandika nacho kiri bwe kiti oli mwami muzadde olina abaana bo trainings bwe kitwa kubana you're very passionate. Waliwo n'omu awagira people power oba NUP.
I have freedom in my family.
Wamugana okwengaginga into campaigns.
Violence.
Yeah, into violence.
Yes.
Kindesezza kino mu wiiki eno yennyini gye tugenda okumaliriza olunaku olwaleero. Bobi Wine yakutte abaana be n'abatwala mu United States. Ekyo kize kikola amawulire mpaka we twogerera. Nga gwe omuzadde njagala kwebuuzaako. What do you make of that?
You don't know what he's doing? Let me tell you. Look what Bobi Wine is. Look at Bobi Wine, the way he was being treated by security forces before Afendem was took over special forces. Is it a worse situation or is it a different situation? When would he take his children away? Under this situation or the previous situation when bullets were flying over his head? That's very important for intelligent people. When was took over special forces and Mirundi was sacked or transferred somewhere else, the security situation surrounding Bobi Wine improved. And I was happy. Why? Because in the media intentionally, with the influence of somebody, was creating an impression that the battle was between Muhoozi and Bobi Wine. So whoever assassinated Bobi Wine, the responsibility would be taken or backlash on Muhoozi. Kakati when Muhoozi took over, he said, okay, even previously, I said, it is incumbent upon the government to provide the security for Bobi Wine. Why? There is a third force which does not want elections to go as they are. A third force can kill Bobi Wine, and I gave you examples. If somebody brings my book about Bobi Wine, the recent one, I gave you examples. Say the government must provide security for Bobi Wine, because if Bobi Wine is assassinated, you cannot say that the government does not take care. Government has the responsibility to provide the security for us. Bobi Wine was humiliated at the premises of the Electoral Commission. Did he withdraw?
Immediately after nomination.
Did he withdraw?
Upon.
Kati yafunye yo humiliation, yagende kayunge sasi nilimuita kumutwe. That's important. Why does he? Because every decision is purposeful. I'm only speculating. That's very important. That the government, the president, responded to American concerns and changed the command of the special forces that were operating inside the police force.
Was it in the interest of the
Americans? That's why abazungu tebapininga koko Ochola. They knew that the police had two independent units. Eyamaje gyatadumira ne ya police. So America bwe bapressurizing tebakwata ku police. There was only one policeman, so bamuyitani oyo gwe bajja okuyolanga n'abaana be balime kuddayo mulabako. Ye yajjanga y'ekitweki. Kakati kugamba, since then, security around Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine had even a privilege okumuleetera mu helicopter okumujja Kalangala. Had he gone with an helicopter? Kakati, the situation improving under Muhoozi or is worsening? That's up to the people to decide. I have also credible information that the American government has documented close relatives of people in the government to be deported from Canada and the United States. When you see Bobi Wine running away, he is facilitating this deportation. Yes. Yeah, you know.
How are they connected?
Hey. Andi kakati mubona kakati kyogamba nti bana ababano abali ebweru tebasobola kuhaminga badduka wano okimanyi kati buli adduka afuna poteka asylum if Bobi Wine can take his children it means anybody who can go to the American embassy and the European
ask for an
and get immediately you get a visa. But if you are sending away people, you are creating a very difficult situation for your opponents. Will it be wrong for the Americans and the Canadians to round up your people and send them here?
Tamale, was it understandable okutwala abaana be okubajja wano okubatwala mu America?
Eyo decision ye nabuno gwekweka budduse nakati bwina meeting indese bukankana buti busula kisugu bwe buvaayo kati busula ntebe bwagala kudduka ate mudduka kite wali nyenyeja kuva ntebe bajja buyolera wano bulenzi mwe bajja bakwatira wano. Everybody is panicking except some of us. Why do I panic?
Is there a reason to panic?
Me I know. And me I know. Bucket is stressing. Ekiri mu kibuga abakambwe bayise mu kibuga. Ugandans can only resort to violence in the 3 cases only if there is a foreign hand. Ngamu nkaga mu ebiri nkaga mu nkaga Britain wanted by all means to defeat Ben Kiwanuka. Then you can have 2 state-inspired violence. This is why during the UPC government, the people who were committing atrocities were UPCs with party activists and supporters. Why? They did it with impunity. Bali bamanyi tebagenda backward. In 1962 to 66, abakabaka ikabatemanga ebitooke nga balayira kabaka. They knew impunity. Kakati Museveni bwe yajja mu buyinza, the first message to be sent to the population, do you know that Zizinga was arrested?
When was that?
Zizinga was arrested because his guards beat up a thief. Zizinga was arraigned before court and she was acquitted. At that time, we have 4 prominent women. Hajati Mukwaya, Kapiteni Njuba, Narweso, and Zizinga. Zizinga had lost 9 children during the Bush War. So, kakati, what had happened? Okuva kwolu, muchimanyi, nti amakomera ga Uganda gajjudde abeerosi. The Euroseas cannot commit offenses without anti babasiba babba ebibanja ne bakola ki. Museveni sent a warning. Kakati in absence neyo riot eweddeeyo. They were given Ugandans to go on a riot. They must be given money. 2, the good thing. We are engaged.
No, if you're saying Ugandans to go into
tebasobola kwetta ekyokubiri fe tuli mu private sector.
Uganda Ugandans to go for a riot. They must be facilitated. Are there no reasons enough for them to go?
Ugandan cannot go on a strike on his own. I'm telling you. Ne bw'obalaba basimba ebitooke mu luguudo wabeerawo kampuni ekola enguudo ng'ekolaganye n'aba district basimbemu enguudo. I'm telling you, Ugandans don't riot. Why? Tebasobola. Ani nkubuulira, the safeguard is Ugandans 90% we are involved in the private sector. Do you believe nti omusajja atwala ennyama ye enteeze azireete mu Lufula e Kampala ayagala riot, ayagala abawuka ebipiira mu kkubo? Omusajja aleeta amatooke ge ng'agaleeta Kampala akola mu owino. Abasajja abantu ba Uganda wano Kasiita yatwala abasuubuzi ne beediima. At one time Uhuru Kenyatta visited Uganda for 3 days, but who is making noise there?
I shouldn't be there, we shall find out.
No, I found the soldiers there.
Anyway,
ekigenda obaleetera ebizibu bwe munabba akalulu mu byalo waliwo abanyankole gwe beetegekedde bamuleete nga talinnya. Bwe munaate mubbye kalulu nti abantu ba Uganda baagala okwekalakasa baagala okuba endongo yaabwe tewali agenda kutawanya kibuga wano.